Well, as you can tell, it's a little soggy this morning. In fact, it's still raining. 2 days of rain this weekend has gotten me a little antsy to do something. Haven't been able to do nothing, and it's way too wet to go down there and work on the big pond. So came over here this morning to the clearing job. We'll take the 220 and run off to the back here to the next section that needs to be worked on. It's the old logging deck for the back half of this property. And I'll show you the disaster there that needs to be cleaned up. The next mess to clean up. So this was the second logging deck. If you remember, the first one was up front, and this property being so far back here, they decided to set up another one so they didn't have to drag the wood so far, which makes sense. But now it leaves me a second mess to clean up, because I think he wants to possibly do a future horse arena right here in this opening. And as you can tell, this is just a mess of everything. And you can tell that when they loaded the last load, there was not enough for another full load of anything, so it just got left. So what I've got to work on is, I really don't know where to start. I mean, if you look at this, it's like 2 feet of just pine bark and wet sticks from like a year now. But I think what I'm going to do is try to come in here and pile this up. I don't even know if I'm going to rake through that right now and get any of that out. Just kind of push all this up. Probably a lot of this bark and stuff's going to end up just pushed down into the woods or something. You can't do anything with it. But clear out an area, maybe get the stumps dug up and start stacking all this wood and logs that are remaining into a pile, and just kind of keep working my way out to clear out an area, shooting for about an acre right here. So I'll probably grab these few pines right here, maybe a couple right there, and that'll really make a nice open area right here. So I'm going through here and picking out all the big chunks of wood, and then just raking up all this, I could just call it bottom mess. It's just all the pine straw, little sticks, and throwing it over here to the side into a pile. And I'll probably take that and just spread it back out into the cutover over there, because it's just way easier to do that, let it rot down, than to sit here and try to pick out every little stick or try to get this mess to burn. Because as you can tell, it's wet, and then it never dries out. All it will do is just smolder and smoke and make a mess. But as you can tell, all the stumps are buried under it all, so you got to break it up, pile it up over here to the side. I stumped an area already so that I'm not burying any stumps, and it might just get mixed in with the ashes and spread back out, because it will make some really nice topsoil in a few years. There's really no topsoil out here anyway, so might as well put it back out there into the cutover so it can decay down and build the soil up a little bit. It's the most cost-effective thing to do. Process of raking, I find all the stumps that are hidden under all the pine straw. And I'll come back through and dig all them up. here, I'll pick out these few big pieces, throw them over here into the burn pile. The rest gets raked up. A lot of times you can make a pile of this stuff and the big stuff will roll off to the edge. See, there's a few big logs in here. You just kind of shake it like that. The bigger stuff falls to the side. And then you can just kind of grab that, bring it over here to the burn pile. Not end up with so many logs and the stuff to spread out. Stuff ought to, it dries out a little bit, ought to really burn. Just light it, stand back. So much. That's the only bad thing about cleaning up pine trees that have been logged. There's just so much, seems like there's so much more crap than hardwood trees. Because the branches normally don't break off so bad with the hardwood trees. You definitely don't end up with pine straw everywhere. See a little bit of sunshine trying to peek out. I'll welcome it. Alright, well, I'm going to finish raking through this and then I'm going to tackle going through here and picking all that out, putting it into a big pile. Let's see how much of this stuff I can sort through and put into a burnt pile. Out of that when I grabbed it. That's how wet this stuff is. here and see what type of mess underlies all of this pine straw. Grab it and throw it over here and pick out the big chunks, I guess. Nothing in that one worth. So what happens is, as you can tell, that was the tree link stuff right there. As they drag it up here, every time the skidder comes over it, he's just sitting here breaking all the branches off, and they just all end up in a giant mound that's packed in so tight that it just, that's what you end up with. A giant pile of pine straw and little broken sticks. Extremely wet. Push it over to the cutover. Take the loader and just shove it right over there. The reason I'm not using it right now is there's stumps in here and there's logs, and very difficult to move a giant pile of sticks and pine straw with stumps. It's not made to drive over stumps. Amazing just how much stuff was just smashed down in the ground that it looked like it was flat, but it's not. Well, I'm going to sit here and keep raking through this and picking through it. Kind of keep working my way around the pile till everything gets. Let's see if I can get some of these logs in the pile now. I don't know how well they're going to burn. Just gonna kind of stack them up right there into a pile, I guess. I mean, they ought to be relatively dried out. Seems like a waste if they cut all these and then left them. But they're no good now, they're all rotten. Try to keep them level. They're so slick they just slide off if you put them in a pile. Stacked up, and then go through the pile of bark here and pile that up, and then start cleaning all that up and start making my way to the back where all that stuff's going to end up pushed to, and kind of clear a path for the track loader through there. Get out all the stumps, because I can't be driving over stumps. Moving that much stuff, it'll tear my tracks up, bend or break a pad off. I don't want to do that. I believe this right here is going to burn for a while. Slide right off. Probably take that pine tree there down, since it's been hit about 20 times. All the bark's knocked off of it. It'll get disease prone and end up dying. Stay put. That'll be interesting to see how that burns. I've never really burnt a 20-ton pile of logs like that before. I'll end up piling probably a lot more brush over top of it, so I think it'll probably burn decent if I get a good hot fire on the other side. Alright, well, I'm going to sit right here and kind of rake through this and pick out all the big chunks of stuff, throw it on the pile, and sort through some more pine straw and bark. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? And hopefully I should have time to hopefully get that cleaned up right through there today. Well, this should make a short and sweet video for today. It's still nice and muddy. But I did manage to get all the way around and everything into a pile and all that crap separated out. So the plan for that is all that will be burnt. All the bark, pine straw, and random chunks of wood that I'm not going to sit there and pick every stick out with is going to get pushed down here. So I was seeing this while I was sitting there clearing and wanted to point this out, how nature around here starts reclaiming itself. You can see all the little pine saplings starting to come back up. This is pretty normal after, this is actually what you call thinning, where they come in here. This was heavily thinned right here, but normally they come in here and take out a lot of the trees. But once it gets some sunlight, as you can see, all the little pine trees start growing. Most pine trees will not come back. Once they've been cut, they're done. But as you can see right here, pretty much every hardwood tree will start sprouting back new sprigs. Not very good timber, of course, because you see it comes back in like 3 or 4 sprigs or a giant bush. But that one right there that was cut, run over, is now sprouting back a maple tree. So normally the pines that come back from all the seeds, they'll grow up to be nice, straight, decent trees. And then the stumps that, you know, sprout back like that are just giant bushes and are worthless. And look at that, it's a balloon. It's official clearing job now. We have found a pink balloon with the string still attached. So yeah, look at all the mess right there that I have. Got a little sidetracked on my fun facts right there, but it's good for people to know how stuff grows back. So all that crud right there is everything that was drug up from probably the extra 30 acres, 40 acres they cut back there and brought up here to this deck. So that's why there's so much bark and pine straw. It just all got concentrated and crushed in this one spot right here. So that's why I get to clean it up. And what I'm going to do with it is, when this dries out a little bit, come in here with the track loader and just start right here and just fill this old skid trail in about 18, 20 inches deep, maybe 2 feet of just that stuff, and just track over all these stumps and cover it all up. And that'll level all this up and kind of create, it should look like that when I'm done with it. And just cover all this mess up and just let it blend in here. And then, as you saw, those little pine trees will start sprouting back and it'll just return itself back to nature here. That's a mess. That is a sure enough mess though. Better than digging a big hole and burying all that, and that being all pine straw and everything, it would settle. So that's why I just want to take it and spread it out. All right, well, hope you enjoyed watching today. I'll be back out here whenever I get some more free time, and probably go ahead and get this moved down the path and open this area up.